U7 Buy provides the most convenient, fastest, and safest way to upgrade your team with numerous positive reviews and verified by top creators from different countries with 24/7 online customer support. Now you can enjoy an extra free coins for every order. Don't miss the opportunity for up to 4 million free coins. Use my code Inception for another 8% off. Okay, guys, controversial evolution today. Woo! Yo, the SBC today, trash, right? Because, well, it usually is. Well, there you go. The roles are dead, which is why she is downvoted. Is she? You know. Anywho. New evolution today. So, obviously, the evolution today, we did the review for Thierry Henry from the dribbling one, right? The unlock the dribbling. We did the variation that has the finesse shot already, which makes sense for us to do because you're essentially trying out both variations because you're just giving a finesse shot. So either version that you get from that evolution is going to be good in game because honestly, the playstyle is just different. It's just attacking AI, touch, driven shots, and then you work with better pace because he's controlled now, right? But obviously they gave him a quick step and rapid to compensate. So it was still a good evolution, right? So the evolution today, people were speculating was going to be really, really good. We'll see what the vibes are. So it looks like your little dog is out. It's actually called today. Your little dog too. 200K for this? For what? I don't like the way they format this here. Technical plus, quick step and finesse shot. Then you still get a low driven. Okay. For 200K? Let's see what the vibes are. Okay, so obviously Thierry Henry and Mbappe are going to be the top trending cards here. So Thierry Henry, it's like this one over here too. Same thing, right? You're a little dog. Okay, so the main difference between the two cards is that you get a 5-star weak foot. You keep the lengthy on the card with a Hawk chemistry style, but you work with worse dribbling. There's so much like to dislikes, but guys, I'm going to be real with you. This is very personal preference based, okay? Because there's going to be one of two things that you're going to want to do with either version, right? The other version, you have better dribbling, right? Because the dribbling stats are much higher. But with this card, probably going to be a speed merchant a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because he keeps the lengthy. So it just depends on you and which one you want. It's like people are freaking out about this, but it just depends on like the playstyle that you feel like you use the most, to be honest, right? Because keeping this card on a lengthy, but then providing him with a 5-star weak foot is still really good because you get a low driven shot with a 5-star weak foot. But then you have the quick step and the rapid to work with a lengthy, right? So you still have that pace part of the card, but then you substitute one thing because your dribbling may not be as crazy. For me personally, again, this is all personal preference based, but I like the other version more because I feel like when I do my general breakdown opportunities, for my playstyle at least, I don't find myself always doing a run. You know, I feel like I'm always building up the play and waiting for that last pass, that last shot to score my opportunities, which is why I like this version, because increasing the dribbling significantly, and then his first touch in game, as you guys saw in the review, was really nice. It was a great card. I liked him. I didn't need to have someone that was like crazy on the sprint, but again, this is personal preference based. Like if you feel like you use like 2 strikers or 1 striker and you force AI runs all the time, right? Like you're forcing them to make runs. Sure, the lengthy is still going to be a nice choice. And the difference is that you get a 5-star weak foot with the driven shot. That's like the main thing there, because you still get a first touch, you still get a regular finesse shot. So that is personal preference based. Do I personally prefer the other one? Yes, but this would still be really good if people want that sort of play style on the card more than the dribbling one. So either version, you're chilling, to be honest. It really just depends on you and how you see yourself attacking most of the times, right? Next card, Kylian Mbappe. So Mbappe's card, I think he's a left wing. So that's a really big thing because I think he has inside forward, only has 1 inside forward. Okay, so this is for like the advanced forward on the card. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you guys, okay? Because I've used Mbappe I've used Mbappe. Mbappe is always really nice, but you kind of reach certain points during the year where like your improvements need to be a little bit higher. He kind of has a little bit of a weird dribble to him, but that is mainly from the player of the month with the low balance, right? Because sometimes I'll hop on, like, I will not hop on the review account. Like sometimes I'll just put him in the team. I'm like, yeah, at this point in the game, like the dribbling and stuff, like he needs more play styles, right? This one, you get a nice balance boost, but you don't have a press proven. You don't have a first touch, right? So that is where the tricky part is, right? Now, obviously, with Mbappe base card stuff-wise, his attacking AI is pretty disgusting, right? So it's just a matter of utilizing a driven shot whenever you can. In his case, he still has a finesse shot. The big thing here, obviously, is the fact that you're making him a 5-star too. So people will be looking at stuff like that, right? For the 200k upgrade. With a card like this, I mean, I guess you would just give him a finisher, right? Increase the dribbling to be even higher. The balance might be well compensated in game, working with his sort of body type, better shooting stats, and then your pace is not in a horrible area because you still have a rapid and a quick step plus. So the quick step plus would make that acceleration higher, and then the rapid pretty decent too. It is mainly for the striker position, but you would have a 5-star player. So at the end of the day, it would still be nice. Do I still feel like he requires a little bit more playstyles because they're so relevant in this year? Yeah, I think it would definitely be very, very important to give him. But I could see where the appeal is for this sort of card for the upgrades that he gets, because even getting a regular low driven adds a lot of elements to the card, and then obviously that balance boost for how this game generally plays out, very important too. So yeah, not a bad choice there either, from what I could see. Vinicius Jr, I think you turn into a 5-star, right? Yes. Okay, so 5-star, then you have finesse and technical. Then you still get the low driven, you're still a 5-star player. And then, so you have a first touch. Is that a regular thing? So yeah, you do have a regular first touch. And then I give you like a hawk, I guess. For, well, the physical boost is not super relevant. I mean, you could technically still give him an engine if you really wanted to make his dribbling more responsive, if that still feels weird on the card. I think this is a little bit more risky, you know, with Vinicius Jr. A little bit risky on this card. The Team of the Year version, this guy looks pretty disgusting. And honestly, I'm looking at his stuff. He has first touch, trickster, rapid, whipped, chip. The three I think would be very relevant on him. I'm just curious because his dribbling does feel a certain way, just from like me trying out like the player of the month, because I was on my review account for a while. So I think you kind of need something like this with the dribbling stuff that he has in order for him to feel better. These stats, it could be still pretty good. I mean, it's a 5-star on the card still. But that's if you go the route of giving him like a dribbling boost, right? Because it's very different to give him the base card stat boost over like the Team of the Year that just has it, and then you give him something else, right? Like he already has 99, he already has high dribbling. So a card like this, I guess you would give like a sniper to, I'm assuming. Because I never tried out this card, right? But like, it looks kind of crazy, right? That's why he's kind of maintained his price. I've never really faced Vinicius Jr. because obviously he had to be a card that people packed, but you know, Ronaldo. I think Ronaldo in general is just really good. I don't remember. I need to see what playstyle pluses did that one have when I reviewed it. Which one did this one have? This one had a technical, finesse, and a quick step. So same thing. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, technical, finesse, and quick step. I'm gonna be real with you guys. He would still be kind of crazy. His passing is horrendous. Very, very bad passing. I think the other one had 83 by the looks of it. When we did... What was this one? This one was a Strike Force. The Strike Force one. When I did the review for that card, I was like, I wish I had this card's like regular card so I could do that evolution on it, because he's saucy. Honestly, I would even tell you that he holds up really well nowadays too. Because you know what it is with Ronaldo's card? R9. His body type, you can dribble with. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's 6 foot, big dude in game, but he dribbles. That's like the key thing, right? So I guess that's like the main differences. And then honestly, guys, like passing, it is pretty important to have too. Like his passing is not in a great area. So it's a little bit cooked in that regard as well. But do I still think Ronaldo would perform well in game with a low driven, with the finesse shot as well as a quick step? Yeah, I think his dribbling would still be pretty good. I don't remember if that Strike Force one had like a press proven added to it too, but there's that as well. Lionel Messi. To be fair, Lionel Messi does get a very significant upgrade. I think this one is probably like, as far as evolutions go, probably his best version, because I think the dribbling and where it's at for how Messi generally plays, I think that dribbling would still be pretty good at 5'7", and he has his own body type, so I think that would be fine, to be honest. Passing in a good area, still has a tiki-taka and incisive, which is really good. This card has what? So he has a bunch of changes in the positions. So you'd mainly use him as a striker. Honestly, 2-striker lineup where he can help you out in the build-up play wouldn't be bad for like good passes and stuff. Lone striker, honestly, maybe his dribbling would be pretty consistent in game because it's just a matter of getting specific touches and stuff and then just utilizing driven shot right after, right? But the upgrades make more sense on this because the acceleration by default is already really high, so that would kind of work really well on the quick step. And then I think by default, Messi is the type of player that should be good on the technical. But again, you don't really know until you actually try out these cards because of the lack of dribbling playstyles in certain positions, right? Vinny has different variations. So that's quick step, finesse, and technical. Rapid, quick step, and finesse. Is rapid? He had rapid on the player of the month. Am I wrong? Yeah. Let's see. Remember these things, bro. The rapid is like not crazy on him. Some cards that have a way better running animation, I would say. Crazy though, because there was one year specifically when EA did that big gameplay patch where they said that they didn't do a big gameplay patch. I think it was 19 or 20, whichever year where that was. Vinny, it was the year where lengthy was overpowered at first, and then they made the controlled and explosive players better because they brought the pace back into the game. Whatever year that was, Vinicius Jr. turned into a monster after that patch, right? But yeah, this year, I think like pace-wise, the rapid is kind of weird on him, so I kind of like the idea of the quick step more just because of past experience with the rapid on the card, right? So I think that should be taken into consideration. Another thing that should be taken into consideration is that this one, base playstyles wise, definitely looks like he cooks a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? He has 3 relevant ones in finesse, quick, and the driven shot, right? And then with a card like this, probably a Hawk chemistry style, generally improve the shooting, give him a little bit of a pace boost. Not a poorly formatted card, actually looks pretty nice. Cantona. I don't know what Cantona is like this year. I've never tried him. Chip shot, power shot, and quick step. People might not be interested in the playstyles, but I don't know, man. He might be a really good physical type attacker in general. A little bit wasteful in this one, though, because of the weak foot and whatnot. Your little dog on bail? I mean, a little bit risky to go on to go down this route, I would say. Give him a dribbling and shooting boost for a card that you'd probably mainly use as an actual left back, especially with those playstyles. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know, brother. Yeah, Messi has different variations. Oh, Leon gets one. Oh, Suarez gets one too. Isn't he lengthy? Was that the key thing with the other card where his dribbling was higher, but he's a lengthy while having high dribbling? Sorry, I forget sometimes when I don't review the cards often. Suarez, did he have a lengthy before from that evolution upgrade? That would made him really good, to be honest. I don't remember. I mean, this card could still be really good. I doubt people will go down this route because if you were going to upgrade Suarez, you would have probably done that other one because that other one was really good. Because that card was attainable during that time period. And I think it was Strike Force. Strike Force was the main one that you can upgrade that with. So this one, quick step by default, technical, and a finesse. And you turn it into a 5-star, 5-star. This is not bad. Only because, like, honestly, Liao in general performs pretty nicely. Giving him a 5-star, 5-star is pretty important. Because he has mainly left-sided stuff, right? So he has left wing inside forward. And then he has Shadow Striker. So those are like the 2 main ways that you would utilize the card, right? So it was like if you played a 4-2-3-1 narrow, which is all right. I think the 4-2-3-1 wide is better, to be honest. But yeah, a card like this, you could play striker as well. You give him a finisher, he still gets a quick step to compensate for you not improving the pace. And then he still has the rapid as well, right? Because I think finisher might be more ideal on him just to increase the dribbling, to feel a little bit more responsive in game as well. But yeah, not a bad upgrade for that one, but you are paying quite a bit for it. That's the thing, right? Mia Hamm. I did use this card one time. I don't remember her like super well, but I think she performed pretty well for me during that time period. Finisher is the main one? Oh, because they're really low shooting. Yeah, but I wouldn't want to work with pace like that at this point in the game. You could give me a quick step and a rapid, I'd still want that to be significantly higher for sure. But this one, let's see here. So this one is the... And you'd probably still go down the route to giving her a hawk too. Ugh. Finesse, technical, quick step, and then you get the driven, right? Yeah, driven, and then you're a 5-star, 5-star. Am right wing, and then you have right wing too. So right wing with finesse shots and a driven shot. That actually wouldn't be bad. Wouldn't be bad. I think this card would do really well in game. I'm thinking like if you're not really fond of her in the striker position, honestly, those playstyles would be very relevant in the side areas. Like if you play right wing inside forward, yeah, for sure. Striker, I still think she would do well, though, because the 5-star weak foot with the driven shot would still cook in game for sure. Darwin Nunez gets one. I mean, would I go down this route? Debatable. Quick step is compensating for low acceleration. Quick step rapid and then finesse, and then you get a low driven with a 5-star weak foot. Okay. You could do 2 upgrades on him. From pitch to dance floor, your little dog 2. Ah. Yeah, that's probably more relevant for sure. From what? Oh, from the rare gold, really? Yeah, I think the 3 playstyle pluses would be more relevant on the card here. Would I go down the route of Darwin Nunez, though? Debatable, to be honest with you. Ronaldo, Yildiz... Del Piero with pinged, first touch, and finesse. Oh, that's a thing by default. Interesting. I think it's the dribbling boost that's important for him, isn't it? Because his agility and balance is usually not good. Is that what it is? Ah, I see. Yeah, but this evolution just feels wasteful, right? With the playstyle pluses and stuff. But you do get a nice upgrade in the dribbling department, which is super necessary for him. They don't want to just give him good dribbling and the agility and balance. You got to give him an evolution that gives him good agility and balance, which is, this is his best card, right? Yeah, it's so cringe. So cringe. But hey, you get a Del Piero that gets better dribbling, and then you, again, format him in a way where you give him the hawk. Striker, advance forward. Cam, shadow, striker would be the main ones. You might be able to get away with playmaker too. It just depends on how he dribbles in game, especially with the new agility and balance, right? But yeah, I think for this evolution, for the most part, people will be doing the comparison between like Mbappe and Thierry Henry. I think that's going to be like the main one, to be honest. Rashford, power shot, quick step, and a finesse. Yeah, but you're 5-star, 5-star now. This card looks like he cooks too, to be fair. Does not look bad on a finisher, to be honest with you guys. Turns into a 5-star, 5-star. Playstyle is pretty solid. And then does he have... Oh, I wish he had a regular first touch at least. I mean, he still gets good upgrades, though. Yeah, I think he still gets good upgrades. I'm not against you guys with this one when it comes to, like, price. I think if I pay 200k for an evolution, I want something that's, like, super clear and obvious, you know? But you do still get very meta things, because, like, what's saving it a lot is the fact that you're getting a driven shot with these 3 relevant playstyles, depending on who you're choosing, right? Because even Ronaldo, if you didn't do the other version and you did this one, honestly, the only main thing that you would have to work with is probably going to be like lower passing, which you are increasing, but it's still not great because passing is important no matter what anybody tells you. That's why Talisca with pinged pass is amazing. 20k for that card is disgusting. But yeah, there are some other options here. Like you can get a Neymar Neymar, I could see him being really solid too, because this evolution is really formatted for like a Hawk or a Hunter. Right? The Hawk is a very good improvement for a lot of these cards because you're still getting quick step, right? You're getting general improvements to shooting with a finesse shot plus, and then with a low driven. And then a lot of these cards, you're still getting the 5-star weak foot as well. So the improvements are still very good, depending on which route you kind of go down, right? Ika Nazareth. He looks pretty good. I think this was an SBC. Am I wrong? Oh, she's a market card. She went up in value a lot. Because honestly, she looks like she'd do really well. Yeah, the dribbling is... What's her things? You know what? Playing a 4-3-3 with this card wouldn't be a horrible thing. Good passing stuff. You still get low driven. Yeah, she still looks pretty cool. What's her things? So cam playmaker. So mainly playmaker. Then you have advanced forward striker. Okay. Okay. That's actually a nice upgrade of her, to be honest. It's actually not bad. Yeah, Ronaldo's always like this. I think you give him an engine and it keeps him on a lengthy, right? Or no, it's a controlled player now. He gets quick step, aerial, and power shot. Just to improve Ronaldo, I would say. But yeah, I mean, a pretty interesting evolution. Like the 200k could be a little bit of a stretch, but I think the main thing here that people are going to look into the most is like the whole Thierry Henry comparison and which card is better than what. It's completely personal preference based. If you are the person that notices that you utilize runs way more often, then you would just give him a Hawk, and then you would have a card that's a lengthy working with a quick step and a rapid. But then your dribbling is worse, which may or may not be noticeable in game, because some people use this card before and they literally just gave him a Hawk and used the dribbling as it was with low agility and balance. That, when I tried, drove me crazy, because I'm like, that just feels too low, right? But the new variations, you get a good improvement in the dribbling so that that part of the card still doesn't feel bad, right? So it just depends on like your experience of using Henry and whether or not you want that lengthy on the card. But either or, you're chilling, man. Like I said, because even this one with the dribbling boost is not coping, okay? It's still a good card because you get better dribbling. Like I'm telling you, I really noticed a nice difference with that first touch to hit that driven right away, which is a huge thing for the general build-up play that I notice the game kind of does most of the times when you're playing it, right? So yeah, that's what I would say. I think the choices like Mbappe, Thierry Henry would still be pretty good because he still gets that dribbling boost and a 5-star weak foot, which adds to that driven shot part, right? So not bad in that area. But the 4-star on the card before was still nice because the general shooting boost with the better dribbling is still pretty good. Ronaldo, I think like the only thing would be bad, it would be like, again, the passing, which would not be great. Mbappe, for me personally, I think he might need more dribbling play styles, but he also did get a big boost in balance, so it actually might be way better in game now, right? Because I think that might have been the thing that kind of throws him off from like that previous version, right? Like that player of the month. Like if you were to do an Evo on this card, but you're not improving that part of the card without dribbling play styles, kind of cooked, right? But this one, way better area, right? With the Hawk chemistry style, so kind of adds to it quite a bit, right? But yeah, an interesting Evo nonetheless. Couple of different options you could go with. Obviously, just try to choose cards that give you the best play styles that you feel like you're going to utilize the most. Technical, I like technical on cards that dribble really well, right? Like on Frimpong's card in the right back position, his technical is amazing, right? He's very, very quick on that dribble. Those are the types of cards you may want to try to choose. Like that's why I think Messi is trending, because that base mechanic of his would still be pretty solid in game, right? And then obviously you have some other cards that could get compensated with that controlled sprint, like a Leão, because Leão's card, you know, if you give him a finisher, you get better dribbling, but then you still have a controlled sprint on the card with a technical, so you can kind of do the left-right stuff. The actual sprint control that you can do would still be pretty good too. So yeah, a couple of decent options you can work with, especially if you haven't chosen certain cards from like past evolutions. But yeah, we'll leave it there for the video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want a review for the new Thierry Henry, if people end up doing it and they message me in the Discord about it, let me know. Mbappe we might review as well if we can get our hands on him. So if you guys do get your hands on him, we have a Discord. Has to be through the EA app, okay? People sometimes message me through Steam. It's just more complicated to download the game that way. But if you do end up doing this stuff, let me know, and then we can kind of help people out and let them know like what my thoughts are on the game, or the game, not the game, because if it's the game, that's gonna be a long video. But the players, right, for the stuff, because it's basically lengthy versus not lengthy, low dribbling with a better weak foot versus higher dribbling, lower weak foot, but your dribbling is higher. So. But yeah, I wouldn't stress too much about it, because guys, like I said, it's really personal preference based. People are gonna be like, you chose the wrong one. It's literally based on lengthy, weak foot improvement versus dribbling, or not as much dribbling, but Thierry Henry, because like, here's the thing, right? With Thierry Henry, we have to always consider this as well with this card. Thierry Henry's Team of the Year card has 80 balance, and people are still using it, and they still format him to give him a hawk, right? But this card has a 5-star weak foot, and then you give him a hawk, and your dribbling is better. You know what I mean? So those things you have to take into consideration, because it still looks good, right? It still looks like a good card. It's just, again, you get a lengthy on him instead. So if people go down this variation, let me know, because I don't really think it really matters if I get the finesse shot or don't. It's more a matter of just like testing out the lengthy part of the card for the most part. People will be interested in the Mbappe card, right? And then again, the difference is you don't have the weak foot, but your dribbling is much higher. You can probably utilize the first touch into the driven more. And then the quick step and rapid is not working with the lengthy, sure. But if you feel like your breakdown opportunities is more close control, last pass oriented, like for me personally, I feel like that's how I utilize it the most. This would be the card for me, even though he's a 4-star, because his shooting still comes off great, because look at the shooting boost, still pretty good, right? So yeah, I think either or. It just depends on what you notice the most. If you really like enjoy using that lengthy on this card by giving him a hawk, and you're like, oh, but his balance sucks, you get that improvement. But be very mindful, because you might miss out on some things, right? So you see how first touch, but the press proven, it sneaks in there a little bit, right? This one, no press proven. Is it this one? No, yeah, no press proven on this one. So just be mindful of that, because sometimes those L-trigger dribble situations, or the shielding dribble situations, they're pretty helpful when you have it, okay? So there's always some schneefing they'll do in certain positions, you know, always some schneefing, but we'll leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.